Good morning. It is Wednesday, April the 8th. This is today's Sociology Chapter 10 review to go over your study guides to hopefully make sure that you have the correct answers. So when I post the test tomorrow, you'll be able to take the test. Our question today comes right off the study guide. Who coined the term power elite? Who coined the term power elite? There you will find that on your study guide. You can go into the Teams app, type in your answer, and turn it in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start this. Since we're not in class, I can't very well call on you to have you answer. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just read the question, give the answer, and move through. The beauty of this is if I go too fast, all you got to do is push pause when you start watching it, and you can turn around and check your answers. So we'll get started. This is Chapter 10 Study Guide Review, Social Class in the United States. Number one, what three variables did Max Weber identify as defining social class? That would be wealth, power, and prestige. Okay, that's number one. The answers are wealth, power, and prestige. Okay, number two, Marx felt there were how many social classes? Well, the answer there would be two. Okay, you had your capitalist class that owns the means of production and your workers. Okay, that was two classes. Number three, what does the term wealth refer to when used by sociologists? That is the property owned and the income acquired minus debts made by the person. The property owned and the income acquired minus the debts made by the person. Okay. Number four, who coined the term power elite? There you go. C. Wright Mills. So that answers your question today if you were kind of wondering what the answer was. Who coined the term power elite? C. Wright Mills. Number five on your study guide. Most U.S. presidents come from what type of background? That would be millionaire white men from families with old money. Okay. And remember, our book talked that if someone came in that didn't have old money, and even specifically mentioned Donald Trump, and this book was produced way before Donald Trump became president, Donald Trump didn't come from old money. His was considered new money. But the comment was also made that probably sooner or later he would be included in this group, or at least his kids would, because they would be second and third generation now with this money. Okay, so most U.S. presidents come from what background? Millionaire white men from families with old money. Number six, which sociologist noted that no major decision of the United States government was made without the approval of the power elite? And that was William Donoff. Okay, William Donoff. Number seven, what three occupations enjoy the highest prestige ratings in 60 nations? It was college president, Supreme Court judge, and astronaut. So that was number seven. What three occupations enjoy the highest prestige rankings in 60 nations? College president, Supreme Court judge, and astronaut. Number eight, what occupation has the highest prestige in the U.S.? Physician. So it's a physician. And look at it today. Those are the top essential workers right now who are on the very front lines fighting this pandemic. Okay. Number nine, what is status inconsistency in relation to social stratification? Okay. Individuals are ranked high on one dimension of social class and low on other dimensions of social class. So number eight again, what is status inconsistency in relation to social stratification? Individuals are ranked high on one dimension of social class and low on other dimensions. Number 10, what is a person's likely choice when they experience status inconsistency? They will choose the higher status. So if they have status inconsistency, where they have a higher status and a lower status, the people are going to choose the higher status. Number 11, What term did Eric Wright sue for when some people simultaneously occupying more than one class? It should be, what term did Eric Wright use for when people simultaneously occupying more than one class? That's contradictory class locations. That was a term he used. Contradictory class location. That's number 11. Number 12. What is the term for the condition when people become detached from the norms that guide their behavior? And it's anomie. A-N-O-M-I-E. Anomie. 13. What four variables did Gilbert and Cull use to develop the six-class model? They use education, power, property, and prestige. So it's education, power, property, and prestige. Okay. Number 14. What percentage of America's population are considered middle class? That's 15%. I didn't take the time to look that up again, see if it had changed, because our book, we obviously know, is a little bit older, but in our book it says 15%. Okay. Number 15. What is the primary influence that emphasized how parents raise their children according to Kahn? And that would be the parent's occupation. The primary influence that emphasized how parents raise their children according to Cohen, the parent's occupation. Okay. Number 16. Which class of people are more likely to feel that the government should intervene in the economy? That would be the working class. Which class of people are more likely to feel that the government should intervene in the economy? The working class. Number 17. The upper class is more likely to be part of which political party? Republican. Okay. And that's the way it was when the book was out. I'm not sure if that's still the same. It very well could be. But I don't know. Things have changed a little bit since the book was made. What the upper class is more likely to be part of which political party? Republican. Number 18. What is the relationship between one's social class and one's chances of being a victim of crime? Be an inverse relationship. Okay. What is the relationship between one's social class and one's chances of being victims of crime? Inverse relationship. Number 19, sorry. Which class are members adversely affected by the export of American manufacturing jobs? The lower middle class. So that's which class are members adversely affected by the export of American manufacturing jobs, and that's the lower middle class. Number 20. What is the moment in social class by family members from generation to generation called? What is the movement in social class by family members from one generation to another called? And that was intergenerational mobility. Number 20 again. What is the movement in social class by family members from generation to another called? That is intergenerational mobility. So they move up or down the social class from one generation to the other. 21. If a number of working class people move up in class and the same number of middle class people move down in class, that would be example of what mobility? And that's exchange mobility. Okay. 22. The poverty line is figured by taking low cost of food budget for a family of a specific size and doing what? And they multiply the food budget by 3. And that's how they determine what the poverty line is. So if your food budget would be $1,000, they'd multiply it by 3. And so the poverty line would be at $3,000. So that's not the right numbers, but that's just an example. Okay. 23. Where are the largest clusters of poverty in the U.S.? And that's found in the South. 24. What is the strongest variable in developing correlations to which social groups are in poverty? That's race and ethnicity. 25. What is the trend in the U.S. where poor families are headed by women called? And that was the feminization of poverty. Okay, the feminization of poverty. 26 is defining social class in America an objective science, since there are clear-cut, agreed-upon definitions of social class? And the answer is no, it is not. 27, have the richest 20% grown richer and the poor 20% grown poorer? And the answer is yes, that has definitely happened in our society. Okay. 28, have few of the U.S. presidents come from the power elite? No. They've all come from the power elite. Okay. Number 29. Is there a direct relationship between the amount of education an occupation requires and the prestige it holds? Yes, there is a direct relationship there. Okay. Number 30. Are Bill Gates and Donald Trump members of Blue Bloods? No, they are not. Okay. That's just the way that is. They're not old money, so they're not Blue Bloods. 31. Does the lower class have the highest percentage of members? Yes, that's true. The lower class has the higher percentage of members. 33. Does the capitalist class have a wide field of choices in picking a husband or a wife? No, they have a small field to work with. Okay. 33. Is exchange mobility when the same number of people move up and down the social class ladder at the same time? And yes, that is what exchange mobility is. Okay. 34. Is the poverty line accurately portrayed in America according to most sociologists? No, that is not portrayed accurately. Okay. Because they even said, if they figure out what the poverty line is, if you make $1 more, then you're not in poverty. And how does $1 make that big of a difference? Okay, so it's not accurately portrayed. Is poverty equally distributed in America by state and between rural and urban areas? No, it is not. Okay, so that was all the answers for the study guide. Now, unlike in class, I can't ask you what you missed. What you'll need to do is to go back and replay this again and work on getting all the correct answers so you have them down. I will post this test tomorrow, but I won't make it due until Monday. So when I get on in the morning, I'll send out a video reminding you that you need to take your test, and I will post the test, and I'll make it due on Monday. I know some of you work, some of you have classes that the teachers are giving you quite a bit to do, so I'm not going to, give you a specific timeline except for they'll be due on Monday. Okay. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day out today. When you get finished with doing your classwork that you need to do, I encourage you to get out in your yards, move around a little bit, enjoy the sunshine. Okay. Have a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow when I post your test.